Good morning, friends. The 24th day of January is marked as International Day of Education by the United Nations. Manifestly, this annual observance is dedicated to education or learning. The resolution was passed by the UN General Assembly on 3 December 2018 in view of affirming the role of education in bringing global peace and sustainable development. The first International Day of Education took effect in 2019. The overall objective of the day includes the betterment of the humans by way of being educated individuals, leading to a cultured society that's marked by optimism and opportunities. Equality of genders is still very much a dream. The cycle of poverty leaves millions behind too. Therefore, inclusive and equitable quality education is required as a lifelong opportunity. No doubt, education is a human right. It is a public responsibility too. The picture of the society in terms of education is really shocking. Some 300 million children and youth are out of school. Nearly 800 million adults are illiterate. Some 600 million children and adolescents do not know basic math. Over 60% girls in Africa do not complete even lower secondary school. Millions and millions of children of refugees are out of school as well. These are examples of sheer violation of the right to education. The theme of the International Day of Education 2023 is to invest in people, prioritize education. In line with the global momentum generated by UN Transforming Education Summit 2022, a strong political mobilization around education leading to translating commitments and initiatives into action is underway. In the wake of varying global concerns, education has to be prioritized in view of accelerating progress towards Sustainable Development Goals 2030. Transforming education is a must for reimagining the futures of the humanity together. Transforming the future in its turn calls for rebalancing our relationships with each other, with nature, and with technology too. This is all the more necessary amidst the growing concerns of equity, inclusion, and democratic participation. Stress on the fundamental right to education is vital for building a more sustainable, inclusive, and peaceful futures. Education is a public endeavor and a common good. It has to steer the digital transformation and safeguard the planet as well as support the teachers and unlock the potentials of all children. Only then they can contribute to the collective well-being of the human society, which is our shared home. Education is inevitable for sustaining the entire life on earth. What has to be asserted with outright emphasis is that education is a human right. The right to education is enshrined in Article 26 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Declaration calls for free and compulsory elementary education for all. The Convention on the Rights of the Child, adopted in 1989, proceeds to affirm that countries should make higher education accessible to all as well. Sustainable Development Goals 2030, in its agenda passed in 2015, recognizes that education is essential for the success of all 17 of its goals. Sustainable Development Goal 4, in particular, aims at ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong education for all. Education has to be looked at from a larger perspective. The quality of education around the world varies for children around the world. Millions of children are still deprived of this basic human right. Advocacy and campaign have to be accelerated for better education reforms as well as education for all. Imparting education is not limited to institutions. Helping access to education can lift many out of poverty and pave the way for a promising future. Having hundreds of millions of children of the human society being out of school is a major liability. The condition of marginalized communities, of underdeveloped countries, and those living in regions with higher inequality is much worse still. The bitterest reality is that there are countless societies around the world today where education is dismissed as unnecessary. Well, much requires to be done. International Day of Education is a call for action. Individuals, civil society and policymakers have to come together for ensuring primary and secondary education to children, as well as for improving the engagement of the youth in education. Learning programs have to be designed for the needs of different demographies. Equipping children with education that is required for employment is vital for better futures as well. What's more, it is obvious that the humans are born as human beings, but they have to become human beings. Becoming human beings in its turn is a continuous process from birth to death. Education is that factor which makes human beings really human. Being humane is the identity of human beings. Becoming good human beings and good citizens is the ultimate goal of education. Therefore, education has to be of central importance in life. On the occasion of International Day of Education 2023, on behalf of Institute of Harmony and Peace Studies, New Delhi, I wish to make a strong appeal to my fellow humans as well as officials of the governmental, religious and administrative sector in India and world over. Let us do all that is possible to make human beings educated, especially those of the deprived sections. May human beings, through education, become really humane, lest their human life become futile. May their spiritual character thus shine through human culturing. Thank you.